when you're moving from place to place, place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Yes, viewers, welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. And you're hearing, the song of Steel Pan. And I want to say that different kind of tone and energy is not your jump up and have a time, but really love songs, so to speak. And we make the connection to on set with us, Brian Thomas, and certainly just been here a few days ago speaking to, the involvement with Pan in the 21st century. And we're speaking at this point to the official results coming out to date with these initial rounds. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Julian. Nice to be here again.
Yes, and I wanted to start, let's speak to those videos in the coverage. Let's start with the very first one that we would have seen here.
Well, Tobago has done it again, has done us proud. So we have 3 bands qualifying for the finals coming Sunday. The first video we saw Metro Stars in the Pandong Memory Lane category qualifying. In the other 2 videos, we had Our Boys Steel Orchestra, which qualified in position number 4. And Cats and Jammers tying for first, going into the finals. Right? So again, the bands have done us really, really proud.
Certainly, and we want to also take the opportunity, I don't think we saw, but the arranger for the very first, tell us about the arrangers.
Right, so the arrangers for Metro Stars is our own Kirsch Ramsey out of Black Rock. For Our Boys, we have our own Roger Sardina also. He's a veteran in the game, and this kind of competition is his field. So where you have Our Boys doing very, very well in that competition. And then we have Cats and Jammers, although he's not a Tobagonian that did this song, Mr. Sheldon Peters, but he has been with the band for a very long time as a drill master for the Panorama.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us specifically, I note with the Our Boys, when we saw the video, that paying homage and recognition to the late Patrick Arnold.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that and his significance and association with Our Boys.
Well, Patrick Arnold was one of the founding members of Our Boys, and which is one of the oldest playing steel band in Tobago, between them and Cats and Jammers,
Yes.
one of the oldest playing steel band in Tobago. And as I said on my last visit, that this year's competition is paying homage to the late Patrick Arnold, and we can see that they have the picture there to signify that, because he's an Our Boys member and founder.
All right. So as we prepare now to head on in, tell us the significance in terms of these results, placing first. And I know that this took place, walk us through over the period of May 27th to June 4th.
Yes.
The June 4th was the Tobago element. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what we had from May the 27th is that we went throughout the country in each region. In Tobago, we have 4 regions, which is the South Central region, the Eastern region, the Northern region, and Tobago. So we went on a nightly basis. The judges went through all the regions, starting from the 27th of May and ending on the 4th of June. And these are the results coming out of that exercise.
What would be some of the things that judges look forward to in a scenario like this? You know, part of the thing you look forward to during the carnival season when they're going around is that ability to engage the crowd. And tell us a little bit about what the criteria involves from where you sit.
Right, so in the judging criteria, we have arrangement, and we have the tone of the band, the tuning of the band. Those are the 2 major things that are judged, along with the general performance. The judges look at how the song is executed. For the band in the 21st century, it is, you have to play a song between 2000 and present, right? You play the song in its generic ways, and then you can, go on different modes and, be creative with it. In the band in the 21st century, you have to play a song older than 2000. Not a calypso, but in a calypso rhythm.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Those are the 2 criteria.
All right. And what was the response like in terms of supporters? Because it seems to be a very big thing in terms of steel band, where it's not just about the players and the arrangers, but supporters feel as though, and I've had some of my friends who are diehard, and they will tell you, I have to be there.
Right. So it's called, what we call it is a steel band crawl. So you go from pan theater to pan theater. And the excitement is, one of the excitement is, as a band finish play, the excitement is to get to the next band. And when you see it, you have to experience it to have the real feeling of it. It's very exciting. It's a socializing event. You can walk with your coolers, you walk with your food, you meet up with old friends. You can share rides. Sometimes you get one transportation, to avoid the traffic. And so it's a really social event. It's not just judging from Panten to Panten. It's not just about the music, but a social event also.
All right. So let's chat a little bit about the bands that will be going into the finals beyond just the Tobago bands. And if we could just pull back up those results in terms of how many of the bands will be going forward. So a little bit about the contenders that will be coming up against.
So we had 33 bands in this category taking place, and the first 12 will be going through. As you can see, NGC, Cuba Joylanders, and Cats and Jammers tied for first place. Nutrient Silver Stars coming in third, along with First Citizens, Supernovas, Steel Orchestra, Heritage, Petrotrain, Skiffle, and you hear the names that going down. Then we have Our Boys, and it's nice to see that our bands can match up shoulder to shoulder with these bands in these categories, with these big sponsors.
Right. So those would be the ones going forward into the finals.
Yes.
All right. Tell us a little bit about where's the finals going to be taking place, just to remind our viewers.
Right. So the finals will be this Sunday, the 11th of June, at the Queen's Park Savannah at 6 p.m. We have tickets general at $200 and special reserve at $400. You can get tickets at the Savannah, at the ticket booth at the Savannah. Also, we have Island e-tickets. You can get it online. So those are the avenues that you can get the tickets.
And remind us again, what's the start time on Sunday?
The start time is 6 p.m. sharp. We have a guest performer, our own Kay Allen also will be a guest performer. We'll be starting the show on that particular day.
So in an instance like this, support is provided to ensure that the bands are able to make it across to Trinidad. I know there have been some times ago where the coming to Tobago to facilitate competition and the going to Trinidad, always presents a challenge. How has it been from where you sit now as chair?
So we are constantly communicating with the Port Authority. As you know, from today, the Carbo Star is on dry dock. However, we were able to bargain with them to be able for the stands or the racks to go on the fast ferry. Some compromising have to take place. We have to get smaller trucks instead of the bigger trucks. The port is really working along with us. Tobago pays the way for the bands and accommodation along with food and transportation for the bands from Tobago to go to Trinidad. So we have a lot of assistance where that is concerned.
All right, so persons are taken care of.
Yes.
And once they get on across to Trinidad, Tobago treats with the
treats with the ground transport, hotel accommodation, and food.
All right. From where you sit as chairman, what are your hopes?
Well,
I wonder if you could favor any of the three.
I flip. The thing about it, with these three bands, any one of them can take home the prize. Cats and Jammers are two-time winners already, so there are no strangers to winning this particular competition. Our boys have been in this competition already. Back, I think they played a Neo tune, and they did very well at that point in time. So, and Mr. Sardina, he is very, very knowledgeable in this field. So I can expect something from them too. And we can't leave out Kirsch Ramsey. Kirsch, Ramsey, and O.J. Richards are ranging for Silver Stars also. Also one of the top bands there. So Tobago again. Right, so my hopes are very high where the bands can place or can bring home this type trophy in this competition. What
do you say to, Brian, just over the season there, we would have heard some very unfortunate, the rhetoric coming forward that Tobago only seem to be excelling now because of. What's your response to things like that? You've been around this thing long enough. Is it really just because of?
No. It's I would not say just because of. And even though if it's because of, it's not because of what they think. Right? Because if someone from Tobago is at the hem of Panjim, it gives us that sort of encouragement that yes, we can achieve more. Right? So it may not be, if it's because of, they said Miss Ramsey Moore is at the head. It's, we take it from a different point of view. And in addition to that, the Tobago region has been doing a lot in the past for us to get at this stage by keeping some workshops. We started something, I think, in 2017, we call it Young Arrangers Workshop, where we brought up judges, we brought up arrangers from Trinidad to do workshop with the young arrangers. OG and Kirsch and them was part of that. So we are now seeing the results of what we did in the past. So it's not just because of.
Certainly. And, it's important to be able to remind the population about that, because at the end of the day, I think one of the valid points and learnings is that even to sit at the helm, whether it be Tobago region, or even if you're looking at the national level region. In terms of Tobago, you got to start with a pan side in the first place.
Yes.
So you've got to start somewhere as a member.
Of course, you have to be a member of the organization, of a pan side. and then a member of the organization for you to be.
All right. Tell us very quickly before we wrap this morning, what can we anticipate the future of Pan Trinbago and more specifically the Tobago region? Some of your projections, hopes, and aspirations as chair.
Well, we have a lot to look forward to. Upcoming in next 2 months, it's we're going to have Pan Month, so we're going to have some activities during that time. Also, I am really want to put in some more of workshops and training for the upcoming players in the island. So on the success of the younger rangers like Kirsch and OJ, Michael, Toby, Keisha, Julien, and the younger ones that seem to be more interested. And so I'm going to facilitate workshops to guide them in the right way. We have the Tobago Carnival coming up also. We want it to be bigger and better. We have Pan and Powder and Pan on the Waterfront. So those are 2 big events that we are looking forward, start the planning for the upcoming Tobago Carnival.
I really like the particular effort to ensure that Pan is something people can enjoy year-round.
Yes, yes.
And not just limited to what might be our national carnival period or so.
And that gone are those days.
Excellent. Before we close this morning, remind our viewers, where do they need to be this weekend and where they would be lending their support to in terms of our Tobago bands going forward to the finals?
Well, I am calling on the Tobago diaspora that living in Trinidad to come, on the Tobagonians that follow the Pan, to come to the Queen's Park Savannah on Sunday, June 11th, 6 p.m. to support our bands, the Tobago bands, Cats and Jammers, Our Boys, and Metro Stars, and the Pan in the 21st Century and Pan Down Memory Lane competition.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian Thomas, Chairman of Pan Trinbago Tobago Region, for joining us here on set this morning. Keeping us updated, folks. It's this Sunday, the finals takes place in Trinidad, and we trust that indeed we look forward to Tobago bringing home that title. All right, we want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to choose the Tobago Updates morning show. Those of you on the live with us, good morning. Godfrey Moore, Sanisha Ali, June Abraham, see Jeffrey Williams, Giselle Donaldson Yates. Yes, miss, good morning to you. Yolanda Courtner, Antonia Thomas. Good morning to each and every one of you continuing to choose and to connect with us here on Tobago Updates. Viewers, at this point, we wish to remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.